Make their way back down to the grid now to take up their positions for Class A, B and C in the PoziDrive Volkswagen Challenge. Once again on pole position, it's Davy van der Merwe. Baldy Monkeys will be alongside him in the first of the PoziDrive cars. Then Bevan Masters for CPS Warehouse ahead of Rory Atkinson in the BHIT Logistics car. Derek Smallberger in the Sabertech car beats out Sam Dale and Chris Dale. And it's Mike Barbaglia and ahead of Roland Hopkins and Stelio Nosias. Leighton Free once again on pole position for Class B as well alongside Stuart Mack. So it's the two Team Red Racing cars on pole for Class A and B. And it's two PoziDrive cars that sit in second place for Class A and Class B with Stuart Mack behind the wheel of the first Class B PoziDrive car. He's ahead of Bryce Pillay and Elna Cruiser, Andre Needham and Francois Van Sel. Kashin Naidu hopefully with a fixed car ahead of Ethan Kutsia. Then we have to go a little bit further down the grid to pick up on the rest of the pack, which of course is Robbie De Silva, Chris Davidson, Lindsay Kleur and Gavin Ross, Leon Udendal, Mitch Kutsia, Nicholas Cleary, Elio Mussolini, Nick Setinich and Mo Dangle making up all of Class B. Class C, it's Philip Crusoe's on pole this time ahead of Mo Carodia, and then it's Adrian de Beer, Pierluigi Mussolini, Van Heerden and Charles Anderson with Dino Smit and Martin de Beer at the back of the field for this big pack of cars. And there's 40 of them about to go to battle. Cars just getting in position now for the starts. You can see Marshall running down the middle, make sure that they're all in their correct positions before we get underway, and a green flag at the back. Mussolini's team asked to be exiting the circuit as well so we can get underway for Heat 2. Davy van der Merwe looking for 2 wins out of 2 starts here for Team Red Racing. That'll be a great achievement if he can get that right, and Leighton Free will look to follow him as quickly and as possibly right up there too for Team Red Racing and Universal Motorsport. The 2-minute board is going to change to 1 minute. 1 minute changes to 30 seconds. 30 seconds changes to 5 in the space of about 5 seconds. And we are under starters orders now with the lights about to go on and off for the first start for Class A only. Off the line goes Davy van der Merwe. Alongside him goes Valdi Monkeys. Monkeys going to be followed very quickly there by Rory Atkinson. Atkinson trying to get on the inside of Bevan Masters as they go down into turn 1. Behind that's the 2 Dales. There comes Class B. Good start coming in the mid-pack there from the T-Rex car of Robbie De Silva. Robbie De Silva outgunning Gavin Ross as they go down in towards turn 1. Class C about to get underway as well. Green flags for Class C. Rainer van Heerden pulls out. Tries to find a way through there on Philip Cruiser. So does Adrian de Beer. De Beer trying to get through on Cruiser as they head towards turn 1. It's 4x4 into turn 1. Mussolini on the inside as well. Mussolini looking for a chance, but out front, great start coming out of Carodia by the looks of things. Carodia leads out into turn 1. Rainer van Heerden side by side with Mussolini as they come out of turn 1 on the back end of that ATE car of Philip Cruiser. Look at this for a bit of a change up. Here we go. Starting to get real into third place there for Class A. BHIT Logistics car of Rory Atkinson under attack from Bevan Masters. Masters under attack from the Sabertech car of Derek Smallberger. The first 5 cars coming out of the Coke bottle section now. Right behind them, you can see it's Valdi Monkeys who is trying to get away from that pack. Class B already coming out of the toe of the boot and heading towards Coca-Cola. We're watching Leon Udendal there in the PoziDrive car come flying through in the mid-pack of Class B, trying to close things down onto maybe Kutsia and possibly Lindsay Kleur, the 2 drivers he fought with in the first heat. As Class B get onto, that's Class A, I beg your pardon, onto the back straight. Just very similar livery cars in those 2 packs of cars, so got to just be aware of who they are. Looking for those yellow wing mirrors of Valdi Monkeys helps me out ever so slightly as they come down towards the fast right-hander. Back towards Class C now as well. This is Rainer van Heerden in the police car trying to close down onto the back end there of Philip Cruiser. Philip Cruiser trying to keep it all together at this point as they go through the fast right-hander. Class B, Class C heading towards the fast right-hander at this point in time. Looks like Mo Carodia might be the front end of that one, as they head down towards turn number 7. The B's and C's. This is Class B into turn number 10, the final corner on the circuit. And they come flying through there. It's a new leader in the front end of Class B. It's Stuart Mack that's at the front ahead of Leighton Fourie. Leighton Fourie goes on the inside looking for a way through into turn 1. Good timing there from Fourie. 2 young drivers at the front end of both Class A and Class B here, both out of the same team. Team Red Racing and Universal Motorsport finding 2 very, very seasoned competitors in terms of their abilities, but maybe not in their age group. Across the line on that first lap, it is Davy van der Merwe leading Class A ahead of Mankies and Rory Atkinson. You go all the way down to 12th place for Leighton Fourie ahead of 11th place for Stuart Mack ahead of Leighton Fourie and Elna Cruiser. And that's how things stand at this point in time as they were into the first lap of anger in race 2 of the PoziDrive Volkswagen Challenge. Remember, these guys are shod with Dunlop tyres, and those Dunlops at one point in time are going to start to feel the effects of 2 races and of course the very abrasive circuit here at Phakisa Freeway. Fighting in the mid-pack of Class B now, starting to sort things out there as well. The 15 car there of Chris Dell under attack from Sam Dell by the looks of things, so the 2 Dell boys going at it. Captain Dick under a bit of attack there from Sam on his tail. Further back in that pack as well, watching out for manoeuvres through the field. Class C starting to heat up as well. We saw Adrian de Beer looking for a way through there to try and get to the front end of Class C. Similar liveries on the front end of each of these packs of cars. Got to keep an eye on them all the time. Stuart Mack is in second, but he was now moved up to first. I think Leighton Fourie might have got through on him. Further back in the field, also picking up on a couple of the cars starting to make their way through to the front. Mo Dangle slowly but surely making his way to the front end of that pack 2. Leighton Fourie has got ahead of Stuart Mack, so he's returned the favour and got to the front yet again of Class B. Mack into second place. Behind him they start to line up there. Looks like that might be Elna Cruiser into the 3 spot. Yes, it is. Cruiser in 3rd. And then a whole pile fighting for 4, 5 and 6. Little gap down to 7, 8 and 9th place. 3-way battles there between those cars into turn 1. Class B starting to heat up there ever so slightly. And we're into, of course, only the 3rd lap of action here for the PoziDrive Volkswagen Challenge. This is the leader of Class A. Davy van der Merwe controlling things from the front there for Team Red Racing. Ahead of Voldy Mankies. Mankies now with a bit more pressure coming out of Rory Atkinson. Atkinson there in the 3 spot, just a good couple of miles ahead actually if you look at that gap from a Volkswagen Challenge point of view on Bevan Masters. Masters in the CPS warehouse car sitting in 4th place. Here's the lead of Class C. Onto the brakes, Philip Cruiser with Mussolini and Rainer van Heerden on his tail. Trying to get ahead of Mo Carodia and De Beer, race 1 winner. Now trying to find some kind of form to get through on the 4 cars ahead of him. Main squeeze and Atkinson going at it. Rory Atkinson, sure, he's under a bit of pressure there, I can tell you, is Voldy Mankies. Mankies starting to feel that pressure. This is Robbie De Silva in the T-Rex car, just ahead there of Gavin Ross by the looks of things. In fact, no, just behind Gavin Ross by this stage. Lindsay Kleur behind him. So many cars with similar liveries here in these 3 packs of racing polos. Francois van Zyl out front. A little bit of lucking up with the brakes, you can see on the top of your screen. Oh, down the back straight there's a problem. Big problem down the back straightaway there. Lots of smoke in the background there. I'm not quite sure who's gone bang down that back straightaway, but there was a big puff of smoke going into the fast right-hander. Let's have a look and see if we come through here. We might be able to pick up on one of those cars that had an issue through here. It was just in the background of the shot that we had onto the main straightaway. Possibly car on the inside here somewhere, or maybe on the exit. There it is. It's Cruiser. It's Cruiser by the looks of things. He's got a problem. Yeah, Cruiser's pulled to the inside line. That's not the car I was looking for though. I thought it might be a car that maybe coming into pit lane with a big blow up down the back straight and into that right-hander. This is the leader of Class C. Carodia ahead of Mussolini. Elna Cruiser still in 3rd place for Class B. behind Mac and Faree. Leighton Faree doing such an incredible job here. One of the youngest drivers in this pack. In fact, the two youngest drivers in the pack leading things out at the front end of Class A and Class B respectively. You can see through this pack a couple of cars with some issues, couple of cars just trying to circulate and stay there. You can see the car that was in trouble is actually on the banking coming into that right hand. They probably moved right across the road to get out of harm's way. Cruiser still in third place now. Elna on track, but Philip had some problems we saw earlier on. Has been pulling to the inside of this corner here at Unchini 2 and off the circuit. Let's see the stricken ATE Polo coming back to the front of Class A again, and Atkinson is pushing hard, running wide off the track, giving Bevan Masters an opportunity to maybe spoil his day if he stays clean. CPS Warehouse Racing car. That Polo starting to close that gap down, looking to just bridge himself between the fourth place he's in right now up to the third place just up the road from him. Gavin Ross having a good run there as well as he comes into Francois Vancel running wide ever so slightly there. Very lucky to avoid not being overtaken by the two cars who are side by side coming out of the final corner behind him. Nicholas Cleary, I think, was one of them. As they came back down towards turn one, might get a better option here of who they were. They start to line things up there. Mo Dangle diving on the inside, looking for a chance to get through. Chris Davidson coming together there with Ethan Kutsia. Behind them, on the looks of things, was that Setinich. Could be Nick Setinich just behind them. That's how things are at this stage. Going back to the front of Class B, this is Leighton Faree. And that's a nice gap he's got over Stuart Mack now. Mack with a similar gap over Elna Cruiser. Evenly matched there between the Class B competitors. A nice even gap and even spread there between them two. And Valdi Mikey's going at it for the lead. A bit further back here. This is a fight. As I said here, this is the 25 car for Class C. This is Class C honours here. So at this point in time, it's still a big push there from that 25 car. Mo Karodia didn't have it all go his own way in race number one. He ended up on the sideline, if you recall, and he's now leading Class C. So he's turned his day around nicely there. Has Mo. Elna Cruiser still looking for a 3-spot, possibly to try and close that gap down on Stuart Mack. Class B into the final corner, completing another lap. It's an 8-lap race, remember, so they have got 5 completed, 3 to go. 3 to go for Class B's Leighton Faree. Here is Class A's battle. Second and third place as Atkinson closes on the back end of Valdi Mankies. How many times have we seen that in the past? But it wasn't with Davy van der Merwe up the road, that's for sure. That was usually the fight for first place. Van der Merwe showing them a good turn of pace around here. Able to do 57.7s in the race. It's his best lap time he's done there. Currently lapping in the 58.5, so about a second off the pace that he's able to run. But handling things admirably at the front end of a very competitive Class A field of drivers here in PoziDrive Volkswagen Challenge. Flying around double right-hander into Inchini 1 and 2. And Mikey's now just defending here to keep out Rory Atkinson. Knows exactly where to place that car, possibly knows exactly where to keep Rory Atkinson out and where the chinks in his armour might be. Evan Masters on his own behind that in 4, ahead of the Sabertech car of Derek Smallberger. Smallberger just ahead of the two Dale boys, Chris and Sam and Mike Barbaglia. Stelio Nusios in the 9 spot there for Class A. Looks like a little bit of battle scar there on that car of Valdi Mankies. Just looking at his right window, might be slightly ajar there. Back to the lead of Class C. Kurodia, Mussolini, De Beers up to third. He's found a way through there on Reiner van Heerden. Mid-pack of Class B now into the right-hander. That's Leon Odendaal diving on the inside. Just ahead of him, that is Ethan Phaksia. Phaksia trying to close down onto the back end, of course, of Nick Cleary. Oh, Nick Settenich, I beg your pardon. That's who we got up the front end there. Into the left-hander to complete the lap. Francois van Zyl in flying form there, for sure, just behind De Silva. Mo Dangle, Ethan Phaksia, Leon Odendaal, and Lindsay Kleur. Gavin Ross behind them. Here's a move for second place, possibly from Adrian De Beer. De Beer looking for a way through. Oh, he can't just dive on the inside. Not an easy thing to do, that's for sure. Adrian De Beer now looking for a chance to get up into second, but Mussolini is going to make it very hard for him. Class B, 77 is Leighton Fourie. And Fourie pushing hard at this point in time to stay ahead of Stuart Mack for second place. Mack in second place ahead of Elna Cruiser for third. The top three in Class B coming out of the Coke bottle. For a chance now to pick up on the leaders. Slower car on the circuit as well. Not going to affect the leaders of Class B as they head up towards Inchini 1 and 2. Davy van der Merwe will be leading Class A. It's the 30 car in the Universal Team Red Racing machine. Similar to livery, and same livery to that car, in fact, of Leighton Fourie as he gets onto the back straight now for the penultimate time. Leaders heading down towards turn 1, possibly as Class B comes in there. There they go. Coming up among the back markers of Class C. Davy van der Merwe heading into turn 1. He stays at the top of the field on the inside there. Looks like one of the cars retired on the inside of turn 1 as well. Mack in second place in Class B, but it's main squeeze. Valdi Mainkies in second place in Class A. And coming through here, that is the fourth place car there. Just getting through there on De Beer. Dino Smith back marker about to be caught by some of the lead cars as well. Smith being closed in by the leader. So Team Red Racing's Davy van der Merwe looking for a double victory here today. Amazing bit of driving here from him. Lee Thompson and the Universal Motorsport team have done an amazing job on this car and on Leighton Fourie's machine. Bit of assistance there, of course, from Etienne van der Linde with Leighton Fourie. But Lee Thompson has done an amazing job here with this young man, and certainly going to bode well for 2 weeks' time. Confidence will be high for Aldo Scribanti and the National Polo Cup Championship, where both him and Leighton Fourie are in equal machinery, and will be able to go at it mano a mano, or not even mano a mano, they're not even men yet. These are two young teenage boys who absolutely love their racing. Two youngest competitors on the circuit, and they're going to make it double victories in each of their respective classes by the looks of things. Coming into the penultimate corner there for Davy van der Merwe. Van der Merwe will be standing by for the checkered flag. Checkered flag man will be waiting for Team Red Racing's Davy van der Merwe to come to the line to take a second victory here. And a comfortable one, a more comfortable one than the first time out. Flag is out, taking the win ahead of Valdi Mainkies there in second place and Rory Atkinson for third. Bevan Masters comes through to beat out the Sabertech car of Derek Smallberger for the top 5 in Class A. Not too far behind. We should be seeing Class C come through there. I think it's possibly going to be Adrian De Beer who's sport the day there for Mo Kurodia. Here is Class B's Leighton Fourie coming to the line as well. 2 wins out of 2 starts for the second of the Team Red Racing Universal Motorsport cars, and 2 second places for both of the PoziDrive cars there of Stuart Mack and Valdi Mainkies. Elna Cruiser finishes up in third place in Class B. Wrapping things up here for the PoziDrive Volkswagen Challenge side of things. In terms of their sprint races, as I said, a couple of these cars will be heading straight back into pit lane to be prepped and ready to go for the Phakisa 200, which comes up next. 222 Ks of racing to go in a couple of minutes' time, but still got a couple of cars coming to the line here. This is Chris Davidson still fighting hard, looking for a way through there. And Nick Cleary just getting on his inside line to take him to the line behind Phaksia. Great dice once again, even in the mid-pack of the PoziDrive Volkswagen Challenge. Here comes first and second for Class C. Mokarodia leading things out. Can he keep it all together and turn his day around? He's going to go from 0 to hero here, big time. Taking the win in Class C and beating Adrian De Beer to the line. De Beer will probably get the overall victory for the day, but he'll be happy with the confirmation that he came from the back of the pack, and to come through there to beat out Mokarodia after he turned his day around was going to be a very difficult thing to do. Rainer van Heerden will come through for third place in Class C, and that brings PoziDrive Volkswagen Challenge to a final end. We'll see a couple of these cars in a few minutes' time for the Phakisa 200. Until then, we'll be back shortly.